the silence, never counting what the storm had lost. I watched a pair of gulls ride northern currents, trusting skies they could not fully know. Something in their fearless way of leaving helped my own heart finally let go. I wrote your name inside a weather journal, not to keep you anchored to the past, only as a chapter worth remembering, a beautiful season never meant to last. The ink absorbed the scent of sea and cedar, while the pages curled beneath my hands. Even memories learn a softer language when they're carried by forgiving lands. Maybe courage isn't loud or blazing, maybe it arrives like morning fog, covering everything with quiet mercy, until familiar shapes return to us. Perhaps the deepest kind of faith is simple, lighting one small candle in the rain, believing someone miles beyond the darkness might discover hope because it came. If another traveler finds this shoreline, standing where the restless waters sing, may they hear these gentle melodies, like open windows welcoming the spring. Every lonely night contains a promise hidden underneath its velvet blue. The sea has always known what hearts forget. Healing begins before we notice it is true. I'm borrowing light from the lighthouse tonight, until my own horizon learns to glow. The upright bass walks slowly with the heartbeat of every place I once was afraid to go. Brush drums move gently like the breathing ocean. The piano opens every hidden door. The saxophone rises with the evening wind, saying, you don't have to carry sorrow anymore. Now the waves no longer sound like endings. They sing of every shoreline still unseen. Every dawn is stitched from patient starlight, every soul more resilient than it seems. When the first gull circles through the sunrise, I'll thank the sea for everything it gave, because the brightest light was never borrowed. It had been quietly growing inside me all the same. The lighthouse turns one final golden circle, then fades into the gentle break of day. The sea keeps shoreline, only calm and endless light inside. Behind the museum on Hawthorne Lane, there sleeps a garden few have ever found. No marble signs announce its quiet beauty, only ivy climbing weathered stone around. The fountain hums a melody to sparrows, magnolia branches cradle afternoon light. Even when the clouds arrive with rain, the flowers bloom without a trace of fright. I wandered there one April after sunrise, escaping all the noise the city made. My heart was carrying too many empty rooms, too many promises beginning to fade. Then I saw an old man feeding robins, his weathered hands as gentle as the breeze. He smiled as if he'd recognized my silence long before I whispered anything with ease. He said, every garden keeps forgotten seasons, roots remember what the leaves let go. Then turned his eyes toward the climbing roses, watching morning gather soft and slow. I never asked him for another answer, the quiet somehow held enough. Some wisdom doesn't need a louder voice, it grows inside the spaces life makes rough. So every week I found my way returning, learning names of flowers one by one. Lavender for evenings filled with patience, white camellias welcoming the sun. The rain became a friend instead of weather, washing every hurried thought away. Even the wind seemed to breathe more softly, teaching restless hearts how they could stay. Healing isn't written like a headline, it arrives unnoticed with the dawn. One small bloom beside a broken pathway, one more reason to keep moving on. Hope doesn't shout across the distance, it leans close enough to hear you breathe, like petals opening without permission, trusting what tomorrow still may bring. There's a garden between our goodbyes, where no farewell is left to fade alone. Every blossom carries quiet forgiveness, every branch has learned how hearts have grown. If the rain should fall across the pathways, let it polish every emerald leaf. The piano paints the colors of surrender, while the saxophone whispers sweet relief. Love becomes a season, not a possession, changing softly with the passing skies. I'll meet your memory among the roses in the garden between our goodbyes. Summer came dressed in hummingbird wings, the air alive with jasmine afternoon. Children laughed beyond the iron gate, chasing shadows underneath balloons. I realized I wasn't counting losses, I was gathering moments into light. Every ordinary breath felt richer than the dreams that vanished overnight. One September afternoon I noticed the old man never came back to his bench. Only fallen leaves and quiet sunshine rested where he'd always leave his warmth. I placed a single white camellia there, without a prayer rehearsed or planned. Sometimes gratitude needs no language, only an open heart and steady hands. Maybe every soul becomes a gardener, whether they believe it or they don't, planting unseen kindness in another, long before the harvest can be known. A smile offered to a lonely stranger, a chair pulled close on stormy days, listening longer than the silence asks. These are how invisible gardens are made. So if my voice should find another traveler walking underneath a grieving sky, may these melodies become soft shelter, like branches reaching gently from on high. No one blooms because they outrun winter, they blossom by embracing every rain. Even broken roots can feed tomorrow when they're wrapped in love instead of pain. There's a garden between our goodbyes, growing deeper with each changing year. Every blossom sings of quiet courage, every breeze says you are welcome here. The upright bass walks slowly through the silence, brush drums sway like branches after rain. The piano gathers every scattered heartbeat, while the saxophone Every Thursday finds me in the same old room, where velvet curtains soften every light. The waiter smiles before I speak a word. He knows I always come with lonely nights. Outside the boulevard is washed in silver rain. Taxis bloom like fireflies through the haze. Inside the piano wraps the air in amber silk, turning ordinary hours into grace. The corner lamp still leans above the table, casting halos on a crystal glass. A stranger laughs somewhere beyond the bar, then fades away as quiet moments pass. I smooth the sleeve of my dark evening dress, listening to brushes kiss the snare. The saxophone begins another gentle prayer, floating like warm perfume upon the air. Long before I ever learned your name, I love the way this city breathed at night. It taught me every window holds a story, even when no soul is left in sight. Then one November, wrapped in wool and fog, you asked if this last chair was ever free. Your voice arrived as softly as first snowfall, without demanding anything from me. We never hurried through our conversations. Every silence had its rightful place. You spoke as though each memory deserved to rest before it found another face. We built a little world from borrowed evenings, a quiet kingdom hidden from the crowd. Not with promises too bright to trust, but honest hearts that never needed loud. Time keeps changing every street we know, painting different colors on the stone. Still the smallest kindness leaves a light behind, bright enough to guide a soul back home. So I lift my eyes beyond the rain, watching every drop become a star. Some goodbyes don't close a single door, they simply teach us where the true loves are. Meet me at the last table by the window, where midnight wears a coat of gold and blue. Let the piano gather every scattered heartbeat, while the saxophone remembers you. If the city writes our names in rainwater, let the rivers carry them with care. Love is more than hands that hold forever. Sometimes it's a soul still waiting there. Every candle flickers without fear, knowing dawn will gently take its flame. I'll leave this chair beside me open still, not for sorrow, but to honor what became. Months unfolded like forgotten postcards, edges softened by forgiving hands. I found new laughter in familiar places, walking slower than I ever planned. The florist by the station waves each morning, his roses bloom regardless of the weather. Watching them reminds me quiet beauty never asks the world to last forever. I bought myself a little blue umbrella, though sometimes I still choose to feel the rain. Not because I'm searching for the past, but because it helps me hear my name. Every reflection resting in the puddles shows a woman gently growing whole. The pieces scattered by unfinished endings now belong to one unbroken soul. Perhaps somewhere another woman lingers at a little table just like mine tonight. Maybe she's believing hope grows smaller every time she watches fading lights. If I could place one melody beside her, I'd ask the sax to speak change its shape without disappearing, like rivers learning how to meet the sea. It doesn't vanish when the seasons turn, it simply finds another key. Every heart survives a different winter, every dawn unfolds at its own pace. Even empty chairs can teach us gratitude, leaving tenderness in every space. So I'll return to the last table by the window, not because I'm trapped inside the past, but because that quiet room reminds me the truest gifts I never meant to last. The waiter smiles before I speak a word. He knows I always come with lonely nights. Outside, the boulevard is washed in silver rain. Taxis bloom like fireflies through the haze. Inside, the piano wraps the air. There was a little rooftop above 7th Street, hidden from the restless rush below. A weathered record player spun slow circles, like it had nowhere else to go. The skyline shimmered through a veil of mist. Streetcars hummed their sleepy tune. The breeze carried roasted chestnuts through the air, while evening wrapped itself around the moon. You always stood with one hand in your pocket, the other reaching gently into mine. Never pulling, never asking, only meeting me somewhere between the lines. You smiled the way old bookstores smell, comfort stitched inside familiar pages. Every glance became another quiet verse, growing richer with the passing ages. We never needed fireworks above the harbor, or expensive words dressed up to shine. The smallest moments learned to wear forever, simply because they once were yours and mine. A paper cup of tea on colder evenings, a shared umbrella drifting home, listening while the city told its stories, knowing neither one of us was ever alone. The jazz quartet below the rooftop windows played songs that wandered more than they arrived. The saxophone leaned softly into midnight, teaching broken hours how to survive. The piano answered like an old companion, patient as the turning of the tide. Every note became another heartbeat, keeping something beautiful alive. No season promised it would stay forever. Leaves have always trusted how to fall. Still they paint the earth with quiet splendor, giving every ending something more. Maybe love was never built for cages. Maybe it was born to softly flow, like moonlight stretching across the river, touching every place it cannot hold. We never danced too fast beneath the lanterns, never hurried past the tender parts. Every slow step gave tomorrow room to breathe, every silence stitched together hearts. If the night remembers anything about us, let it keep the rhythm, not the pain. Let the warm piano hold our laughter, while the saxophone becomes the falling rain. Every gentle turn beneath the skyline still glows candles brighter than the city lights. Some romances bloom without a promise, yet remain forever in the night. Years unfolded like soft linen curtains, moving with the wind instead of fear. I found your old handwritten grocery list pressed inside a novel left for years. It wasn't poetry or grand confession, only peaches, candles, bread, and time. Yet somehow ordinary little things can become the finest keepers of our time. Now I visit places all alone sometimes, not searching for the life we used to know, only thanking every quiet corner for helping my own spirit gently grow. The florist waves from underneath his awning, children chase reflections after rain. The whole wide world keeps making tiny miracles, even after love has changed its name. I hope somewhere another pair is laughing over coffee growing slowly cold, learning that devotion isn't measured by the loudest stories ever told. May they treasure peaceful conversations, comfort stronger than dramatic flames. May they leave enough room for tomorrow to discover love without demands. If I could whisper through the evening breeze, I'd tell my younger heart one simple thing: the deepest roots are almost never seen, yet they're the reason gardens sing. Trust the moments no one else applauds, the ones that disappear before they're praised. They become the hidden constellations, lighting every future we create. We never dance too fast beneath the lanterns, so every memory still moves with grace. I can hear the upright bass beneath the silence, keeping time no distance can erase. The brush drums breathe like quiet conversations, the piano welcomes every dawn, and the saxophone carries gentle echoes long after midnight has moved on. If tomorrow brings another stranger, walking slowly through the autumn air, I'll meet them with the calm that love once taught me, with open hands instead of fear. Because the sweetest songs are never rushed, they unfold like stars too patient to be seen. And somewhere every careful step we borrowed still dances in the spaces in between. Morning gathers softly on the rooftops, clouds surrender to a pale gold sky. The last warm note of saxophone keeps floating like a feather learning how to fly. There was a little rooftop above 7th Street, hidden from the restless rush below. A weathered record player spun slow circles like it had nowhere else to go. The skyline shimmered through a veil of mist, streetcars. The room still wears the hush of midnight blue, while silver rain keeps time against the glass. Your empty chair is facing toward the moon, as as if it knows some moments never pass. A candle bends beneath a whispered breeze. Its quiet flame remembers every sigh. The coffee cools beside an open book, where unfinished dreams are folded page by page tonight. I never asked the stars to change our fate. They've carried too much longing through the years. Instead I learned the language of the dark, where every silence speaks more loud than tears. The city hums beneath its velvet coat, 1,000 windows glowing soft and gold. Each light becomes another gentle verse, and stories only sleepless hearts have ever told. There's comfort in the rhythm of the rain. It never rushes where the heart should go. It lingers like a melody half sung, too beautiful to leave, too shy to show. The saxophone is drifting through the air, like someone softly calling from afar. Its amber voice wraps slowly around the night, collecting every fragile wish beneath each star. I trace the circles left upon the wood, where crystal glasses caught forgotten smiles. Those little echoes never ask for more. They simply stay and warm the lonely miles. Some memories don't ask to be replaced. They bloom like jasmine after evening showers, not asking for tomorrow's certainty, just borrowing another quiet hour. Maybe love was never meant to fade away, only changing into softer shades of light, like rivers finding oceans far beyond the hills, still carrying the mountains through the night. So I will breathe the beauty that remains, instead of chasing footprints through the storm. Every heartbeat learns another gentle way to keep an old December feeling warm. If tomorrow never hurries to arrive, I'll meet the dawn exactly where we dreamed, between the fading echoes of the saxophone and all the golden rivers city lights redeem. I'll wear your kindness like a favorite winter coat, soft enough to shelter every broken part of me. Love is not the sound of someone holding on. Sometimes it's the grace of setting spirits free. Still your laughter colors every quiet room, like morning finding windows after endless rain. Though your hands are on The silence, never counting what the storm had lost. I watched a pair of gulls ride northern currents, trusting skies they could not fully know. Something in their fearless way of leaving helped my own heart finally let go. I wrote your name inside a weather journal, not to keep you anchored to the past, only as a chapter worth remembering, a beautiful season never meant to last. The ink absorbed the scent of sea and cedar, while the pages curled beneath my hands. Even memories learn a softer language when they're carried by forgiving lands. Maybe courage isn't loud or blazing, maybe it arrives like morning fog, covering everything with quiet mercy, until familiar shapes return to us. Perhaps the deepest kind of faith is simple, lighting one small candle in the rain, believing someone miles beyond the darkness might discover hope because it came. If another traveler finds this shoreline, standing where the restless waters sing, may they hear these gentle melodies, like open windows welcoming the spring. Every lonely night contains a promise, hidden underneath its velvet blue. The sea has always known what hearts forget. Healing begins before we notice. It is true. I'm borrowing light from the lighthouse tonight, until my own horizon learns to glow. The upright bass walks slowly with the heartbeat of every place I once was afraid to go. Brush drums move gently like the breathing ocean. The piano opens every hidden door. The saxophone rises with the evening wind, saying you don't have to carry sorrow anymore. Now the waves no longer sound like endings. They sing of every shoreline still unseen. Every dawn is stitched from patient starlight, every soul more resilient than it seems. When the first gull circles through the sunrise, I'll thank the sea for everything it gave, because the brightest light was never borrowed. It had been quietly growing inside me all the same. The lighthouse turns one final golden circle, then sleeps a garden few have ever found. No marble signs announce its quiet beauty, only ivy climbing weathered stone around. The fountain hums a melody to sparrows. Magnolia branches cradle afternoon light. Even when the clouds arrive with rain, the flowers bloom without a trace of fright. I wandered there one April after sunrise, escaping all the noise the city made. My heart was carrying too many empty rooms, too many promises beginning to fade. Then I saw an old man feeding robins, his weathered hands as gentle as the breeze. He smiled as if he'd recognized my silence, long before I whispered anything with ease. He said, every garden keeps forgotten seasons. Roots remember what the leaves let go. Then turned his eyes toward the climbing roses, watching morning gather soft and slow. I never asked him for another answer. The quiet somehow held enough. Some wisdom doesn't need a louder voice. It grows inside the spaces life makes rough. So every week I found my way, returning, learning names of flowers one by one. Lavender for evenings filled with patience, white camellias welcoming the sun. The rain became a friend instead of weather, washing every hurried thought away. Even the wind seemed to breathe more softly, teaching restless hearts how they could stay. Healing isn't written like a headline, it arrives unnoticed with the dawn. One small bloom beside a broken pathway, one more reason to keep moving on. Hope doesn't shout across the distance, it leans close enough to hear you breathe, like petals opening without permission, trusting what tomorrow still may bring. There's a garden between our goodbyes, where no farewell is left to fade alone. Every blossom carries quiet forgiveness. Every branch has learned how hearts have grown. If the rain should fall across the pathways, let it polish every emerald leaf. The piano paints the colors of surrender, while the saxophone whispers sweet relief. Love becomes a season, not a possession, changing softly with the passing skies. I'll meet your memory among the roses, in the garden between our goodbyes. Summer came dressed in hummingbird wings, the air alive with jasmine afternoon. Children laughed beyond the iron gate, chasing shadows underneath balloons. I realized I wasn't counting losses, I was gathering moments into light. Every ordinary breath felt richer than the dreams that vanished overnight. One September afternoon I noticed the old man never came back to his bench. rested where he'd always leave his warmth. I placed a single white camellia there, without a prayer rehearsed or planned. Sometimes gratitude needs no language, only an open heart and steady hands. Maybe every soul becomes a gardener, whether they believe it or they don't, planting unseen kindness in another, long before the harvest can be known. A smile offered to a lonely stranger, a chair pulled close on stormy days, listening longer than the silence asks. These are how invisible gardens are made. So if my voice should find another traveler, walking underneath the grieving sky, may these melodies become soft shelter, like branches reaching gently from on high. No one blooms because they outrun winter, they blossom by embracing every rain. Even broken roots can feed tomorrow when they're wrapped in love instead of pain. There's a garden between our goodbyes, growing deeper with each changing year. Every blossom sings of quiet courage, every breeze says, you are welcome here. The upright bass walks slowly through the silence, brushed drums sway like branches after rain. The piano gathers every scattered heartbeat, while the saxophone unties old chains. I no longer fear the turning seasons, every ending plants another seed. The truest love keeps blooming after absence, giving every hopeful soul what they need. When the stars Thursday finds me in the same old room, where velvet curtains soften every light. The waiter smiles before I speak a word. He knows I always come with lonely nights. Outside the boulevard is washed in silver rain. Taxis bloom like fireflies through the haze. Inside, the piano wraps the air in amber silk, turning ordinary hours into grace. The corner lamp still above the table, casting halos on a crystal glass. A stranger laughs somewhere beyond the bar, then fades away as quiet moments pass. I smooth the sleeve of my dark evening dress, listening to brushes kiss the snare. The saxophone begins another gentle prayer, floating like warm perfume upon the air. Long before I ever learned your name, I love the way this city breathed at night. It taught me every window holds a the story, even when no soul is left inside. Then one November, wrapped in wool and fog, you asked if this last chair was ever free. Your voice arrived as softly as first snowfall, without demanding anything from me. We never hurried through our conversations. Every silence had its rightful place. You spoke as though each memory deserved to rest before it found another face. We built a little world from borrowed evenings, a quiet kingdom hidden from the crowd, not with promises too bright to trust, but honest hearts that never needed loud. Time keeps changing every street we know, painting different colors on the stone. Still the smallest kindness leaves a light behind, bright enough to guide a soul back home. So I lift my eyes beyond the rain, watching every drop become a star. Some goodbyes don't close a single door, they simply teach us where the true loves are. Meet me at the last table by the window, where midnight wears a coat of gold and blue. Let the piano gather every scattered heartbeat, while the saxophone remembers you. If the city writes our names in rainwater, let the rivers carry them with care. Love is more than hands that hold forever. Sometimes it's a soul still waiting there. Every candle flickers without fear, knowing dawn will gently take its flame. I'll leave this chair beside me open still, not for sorrow, but to honor what became. Months unfolded like forgotten postcards, edges softened by forgiving hands. I found new laughter in familiar places, walking slower than I ever planned. The florist by the station waves each morning, his roses bloom regardless of the weather. Watching them reminds me quiet beauty never asks the world to last forever. I bought myself a little blue umbrella, though sometimes I still choose to feel the rain. Not because I'm searching for the past, but because it helps me hear my name. Every reflection resting in the puddle shows a woman gently growing whole. The pieces scattered by unfinished endings now belong to one unbroken soul. Perhaps somewhere another woman lingers at a little table just like mine tonight. Maybe she's believing hope grows smaller every time she watches fading lights. If I could place one melody beside her, I'd ask the sax to speak before I do. Its velvet voice would tell her without words that healing often arrives dressed in blue. Love can change its shape without disappearing, like rivers learning how to meet the sea. It doesn't vanish when the seasons turn, it simply finds another key. Every heart survives a different winter, every dawn unfolds at its own table by the window, not because I'm trapped inside the past, but because that quiet room reminds me the truest gifts are never meant to last. The upright bass keeps every heartbeat grounded, while brush drums breathe softly through the air. The piano paints tomorrow without hurry. There was a little rooftop above 7th Street, hidden from the restless rush below. A weathered record player spun slow circles, like it had nowhere else to go. The skyline shimmered through a veil of mist. Streetcars hummed their sleepy tune. The breeze carried roasted chestnuts through the air, while evening wrapped itself around the moon. You always stood with one hand in your pocket, the other reaching gently into mine. Never pulling, never asking, only meeting me somewhere between the lines. You smiled away old bookstore smell, comfort stitched inside familiar pages. Every glance became another quiet verse, growing richer with the passing ages. We never needed fireworks above the harbor, or expensive words dressed up to shine. The smallest moments learned to wear forever, simply because they once were yours and mine. A paper cup of tea on colder evenings, a shared umbrella drifting home, listening while the city told its stories, knowing neither one of us was ever alone. The jazz quartet below the rooftop windows played songs that wandered more than they arrived. The saxophone leaned softly into midnight, teaching broken hours how to survive. The piano answered like an old companion, patient as the turning of the tide. Every note became another heartbeat, keeping something beautiful alive. No season promised it would stay forever. Leaves have always trusted how to fall. Still they paint the earth with quiet splendor, giving every ending something more. Maybe love was never built for cages, maybe it was born to softly flow, like moonlight stretching across the river, touching every place it cannot hold. We never danced too fast beneath the land, you never hurried past the tender parts. Every slow step gave tomorrow room to breathe, every silence stitched together hearts. If the night remembers anything about us, let it keep the rhythm, not the pain. Let the warm piano hold our laughter, while the saxophone becomes the falling rain. Every gentle turn beneath the skyline still glows brighter than the city lights. Some romances bloom without a promise, yet remain forever in the night. Years unfolded like soft linen curtains, moving with the wind instead of fear. I found your old handwritten grocery list, pressed inside a novel left for years. It wasn't poetry or grand confession, only peaches, candles, bread, and time. Yet somehow ordinary living dances all alone sometimes, not searching for the life we used to know, only thanking every quiet corner for helping my own spirit gently grow. The forest waves from underneath his awning, children chase reflections after rain. The whole wide world keeps making tiny miracles, even after love has changed its name. I hope somewhere another pair is laughing over coffee growing slowly cold, learning that devotion isn't measured by the loudest stories ever told. May they treasure peaceful conversations, comfort stronger than dramatic flames. May they leave enough room for tomorrow to discover love without demands. If I could whisper through the evening breeze, I'd tell my younger heart one simple thing: the deepest roots are almost never seen, yet they're the reason gardens sing. Trust the moments no one else applauds, the ones that disappear before they're praised. They become the hidden constellations, lighting every future we create. We never dance too fast beneath the lanterns, so every memory still moves with grace. I can hear the upright bass beneath the silence, keeping time no distance can erase. The brush drums breathe like quiet conversations, the piano welcomes every dawn, and the saxophone carries gentle echoes long after midnight has moved on. If tomorrow brings another stranger walking slowly through the autumn air, I'll meet them with the calm that love once taught me, with open hands instead of fear. Because the sweetest songs are never rushed, they unfold like stars too patient to be seen. And somewhere every careful step we borrowed still dances in the spaces in between. Morning gathers softly on the rooftops, clouds surrender to a pale gold sky. The last warm note of saxophone keeps floating like a feather, learning how to fly. The weathered record player spun slow circles, like it had nowhere else to go. The skyline shimmered through a veil of mist, streetcars hummed their sleepy tune. The breeze carried roasted chestnuts through the air, while evening wrapped itself around the moon. You always stood with one hand in your pocket, the other reaching. The room still wears the hush of midnight blue, while silver rain keeps time against the glass. Your empty chair is facing toward the moon, as if it knows some moments never pass. A candle bends beneath a whispered breeze, its quiet flame remembers every sigh. The coffee cools beside an open book, where unfinished dreams are folded page by page tonight. I never asked the stars to change our fate. We've carried too much longing through the years. Instead I learned the language of the dark, where every silence speaks more loud than tears. The city hums beneath its velvet coat, 1,000 windows glowing soft and gold. Each light becomes another gentle verse, and stories only sleepless hearts poets have ever told. There's comfort in the rhythm of the rain. It never rushes where the heart should go. It lingers like a melody half sung, too beautiful to leave, too shy to show. The saxophone is drifting through the air, like someone softly calling from afar. Its amber voice wraps slowly around the night, collecting every fragile wish beneath each star. I trace the circles left upon the wood, where crystal glasses caught forgotten smiles. Those little echoes never ask for more. They simply stay and warm the lonely miles. Some memories don't ask to be replaced. They bloom like jasmine after evening showers, not asking for tomorrow's certainty, just borrowing another quiet hour. Maybe love was never meant to fade away, only changing into softer shades of light, like rivers finding oceans far beyond the hills, still carrying the mountains through the night. So I will breathe the beauty that remains, instead of chasing footprints through the storm. Every heartbeat learns another gentle way to keep an old December feeling warm. If tomorrow never hurries to arrive, I'll meet the dawn exactly where we dreamed, between the fading echoes of the saxophone and all the golden river city lights redeem. I'll wear your kindness like a favorite winter coat, soft enough to shelter every broken part of me. Love is not the sound of someone holding on. Sometimes it's the grace of setting spirits free. Still your laughter colors every quiet room, like morning finding windows after endless rain. Though your hands are only carried by the wind, the sunrise somehow learns your name again. I've stopped counting all the empty trains that disappear beyond the sleeping tracks. Every journey leaves a little piece behind, yet somehow gives another heartbeat back. The flowers growing near the corner cafe bloom, without asking who will stop to see. They simply offer fragrance to the air, the way your gentle soul once offered hope to me. The mirror shows a face that slowly changed, not by sorrow but by quiet grace. Every scar became another open door, leading me toward a kinder place. Tonight I raise my glass to all we've known, not with regret but gratitude so deep, because the finest songs are often born from promises that even silence keeps. disappears. I'll never ask the rain to speak for you. Its voice belongs to every soul alive. But when it paints its diamonds on the streets, I remember how small mercies survive. Perhaps the truest love we ever know is never measured by the time it stayed. It's found inside the quiet strength we keep, long after every farewell gently fades.